Good morning. Let me continue where I have left, and right now we will understand more about the mind body problem before I can make you know more about the school of dualism. So, let's understand first of all what is this mind body problem. Tomorrow, if somebody questions to you, you are supposed to know it also. Now, here you will see that mind body problem concerns the explanation of the relationship that exists between minds or mental processes and bodily states or processes. So, there are four things that you need to understand. And what is that? The relationship that is existing between minds. What do you mean by a relationship that exists between that? Also not just one mind, they're talking about mind. So here comes in the problem. First of all, my own mind. Then sometimes when I'm thinking, then how do I connect with that next level of my own mind? So that is one issue. Second issue is my mind, your mind. I can understand one person, let's say Radhika's mind, or it can be Shushmita's mind, it can be Juhi's mind. So, we have got three minds out here. Then, how am I going to talk about, let's say, a group of 15 people, a group of 35 people together? So there we come up with the problem of other minds. So we need to understand even that question also side by side. Then comes the question pertaining to human beings is very easy. I can, though the problem of other minds pertaining in the realm of human beings itself is a big problem. Now if I'm talking about animals, how do I know that yes, the animal has got the mind, or through the existence of its body? So that is another question. Now one animal I can understand, let's say orangutan, monkey, ape, you have got all those kind of animals. On the other hand, you have the pet animals. It can be a dog, it can be a cat, a lovebird, group of lovebirds, parrots, you have got rats, squirrels. Imagine the kind of, you can go ahead with a turtle, elephants, camels. You can go ahead and see what kind of a things you have got. For example, if you are working in the professional arena of a circus, you will see animals around you so much. Zoo, look at zoo. How do you understand the animals? Or look at the animals living in a forest. Supposing you are lost in a forest, look at, those are the ones that I'm talking about. Then comes birds. How do you understand them? Insects. Then how do you understand plants? This was one of the question that was asked in interview. Do you think that plants are also conscious? So apart from you are fighting for animal rights, do you think that we should even fight for plant rights? Now, we all know what is happening across the society right now. So, those are the things that we need to understand. And then, so there are people who are talking about environmental rights, there are individuals talking about ecological rights. So, so and so forth. Then comes mental processes. How do you go ahead and discuss about the various mental processes that are taking place? Bodily states. Sometimes I hear people saying that pain is there in my feet. And now immediately if a woman utters these things, there are a group of people who would say कि yes, औरतों का दिमाग तो पाँव में ही होता है. Now, so how do you understand these things? Or if you pick up Homer's books on Iliad or Odyssey, you will, or even Troy, look there, he talks about pain, in the femur or the calf region. And then the soldier is hurt, however is injured in the battlefield. And when the soldier tells him that, see, I have pain in my leg, so he says consciousness is existing at that time in the leg. So how do you encounter these things also side by side? Then the processes, so and so forth. There are a lot of discussions which takes place out here. The main aim of philosophers working in this area is to determine the nature of the mind and the mental states and processes, and how or even if minds are affected by and can affect the body. So there are two things. One, try to understand mind equals to body or identified with a body, number one. Number two, whatever is taking place in the mental realm, can it takes place at the bodily level? Either you identify them or you don't identify them. That is the basic problem that they have got here. Now let's go to the next paragraph. This was the first paragraph that I was dealing with. Now I'm talking about the second paragraph. This is this one. Now see what they are telling you. Perceptual experiences depend on stimuli, okay, that arrive at various sensory organs. No, I don't know, the entire realm of neural networks is discussing. Like for example, they take up anyone who has done the management studies will understand, especially from the marketing area, that the moment you enter into Domino's, a smell occurs that you are compelled to purchase a pizza and you like to go ahead. Neural networks explains about the entire thing. Come to Pizza Hut. They tell you that yes, and there are certain malls in Australia wherein the marketeers, develop that kind of a perfume which triggers your, I would say, the stimulus or your sensory organs, that you are diverted towards the that particular store so that you can take care. Now look at the oregano masala that you, the spice that you get with the Pizza Hut or the Domino's pizza. It triggers your sensory organs so much that you prefer to add that extra oregano spice over the pizza piece that you're munching. I'm sure each one of you had, no, even I, who loves pizza so much, that with the oregano spice, I always order, especially if I'm ordering it for my home, then I make it a point to tell to the delivery person that get me extra sachet for that oregano spice rather than the chili powder. I tell them, please keep the chili powder, the red pepper. However, you send me that extra oregano spice because it triggers, and you get that kind of a taste. I hope you understand what I mean to say. So the realm of the sensory organs. Now, for example, being a South Indian, I love those Mograka flowers. And whenever I see them, I prefer to purchase that small string of that flowers in any of the South Indian temple that I go, and I'm for compelled to purchase that and put it into my hair. Apply. I mean, keep them in my hair. Then next, my mother comments immediately that yes, it's your birthright. Now I keep looking at her. How is it that my sensory? Now try to understand the entire relationship. Me, first of all, looking at that jasmine flowers string, then I want to purchase them. I purchase, I kept it in my hair, then immediately place them in my hair. Immediately comment from my mother, it's your birthright, nobody can stop you. It's only birthright for a woman. A man's birthright is that he should purchase those flowers and present it to his girlfriend or lover or his wife. So I keep looking how the things are taking place one after the other. Now the point is the sensory organs. You love that smell so much that you prefer to purchase those things also, and these stimuli cause changes in our mental states. Now there is a complete discussion from my side on the importance of the neural networks, wherein I connected with one of the issue of the mind body problem and tried to explain it completely, ultimately causing us to feel a sensation which may be pleasant or unpleasant. For example, if you're watching a movie, the sensory organs. Now I have seen, when I went to watch this Bahubali movie in the theater, I never watched it on, I prefer certain movies should be watched over, in a theater itself, not on a computer or on your LED screens of your television. I prefer to do that. Now when my entire family had visited this theater to watch the Bahubali, I remember a small girl who was just 5 or 6 years old, commenting and dominating and instructing her parents, can you please keep quiet, you're disturbing me, let me watch the movie. Now, what's happening over there? It's the kind of things which the child does not. Now, when we went to watch the second movie, the second part of Bahubali, I saw a girl commenting to her father saying that पापा इसमें ना बहुत लड़ाइयाँ होती है, मुझे ना अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है, चलो हम चलते हैं. Now you see, a child is saying, now there are scenarios where you will see the children enjoying so much that they start dancing in that. Nobody is compelled, nobody has given them the instructions, okay बच्चा चलो dance करो. They do it all by themselves. Now these are what sometimes makes me understand that okay, this is how the things are going on. Someone's desire for a slice of pizza, for example, will tend to cause that person to move his or her body in a specific manner. Now, it always happens for me when I watch at the Deepika Padukone's movie where she loves to eat the corner of the pizza, which is my style. I never throw them. I see my cousins and everybody throwing away the corners of the pizza. However, I love those pieces and I tell them, please don't throw away, keep it. I'll munch them later on. Now, you will see that there are certain things in which you are moving towards the pizza, or the moment you watch it, you get excited and you are ready to hog at that piece of pizza. Now, I don't know about you. However, look, these are all the experiments that you can look up. The question then is, now similarly, I have seen with the at MACD. Have you ever noticed the moment you enter into McDonald's, children, they are looking for that kids corner and they tell the parents, पापा आप ना मेरे लिए ना ये ऑर्डर कर देना. मम्मी ऑर्डर नहीं करती है, पापा ही ऑर्डर करते हैं मैकडी में. आप ना ये ऑर्डर करो, मम्मी मेरे लिए टेबल पे सीट रखेंगी, मैं ना अभी खेल के आती हूँ. And they just rush towards the kids corner. They run, and by the time father comes with that tray full of loaded with the things from the MACD, children are really happy. So you can see all these things which are taking place in these kind of and associations. You can make it, it's really awesome. Now this is where your artificial intelligence or neural networks, or let's say machine learning simulations, how they are taking place, are all connected with each other and makes your studies much more interesting. Now, the question then is how it can be possible for conscious experiences to arise out of a lump of gray matter. Brain is said to be only a lump of gray matter, and so many things are taking place in that particular gray matter. When you're driving, you are not even spoken to the other person. However, you are able to understand that eye glance of the other driver sitting in the other car. Just because you are a female driver, he is looking at you in a different manner. How do you understand? Or especially when a car is honking at the back, how do you react with that particular mirror, the side mirror? Look, these are all the things that you need to understand and see how the things are taking place. And then they say is endowed with nothing but the electrochemical properties. The triggering that they say is what is taking place, hitting your neurons, and then the chain continues. Now, similarly, there are other things also. For example, a related problem is how someone's propositional attitudes, beliefs, and desires. If you go to a South Indian temple, trust me, nobody will walk into the temple with their footwear placed in their feet. They will definitely take it out and then they will enter. They will follow the entire ritual and then they come back. You watch in their houses also. The entire footwear is placed outside their houses. It is never inside their house. So there is this cultural belief. Okay, now for example, I see these differences taking place in two different cultures. Like in my culture, if my feet touches somebody's body without any intention, that yes, immediately I have to touch the other person and say I'm sorry. Okay, and the other person feels good. Yeah, okay, this guy. However, there are certain houses where I have seen that they are touching, they are hitting their grandparents, the parents, elder brother, and there is nothing apologizing or saying. That's a different altogether cultural aspect. Now when you look at different things, you are able to understand and see the differences of the belief set that you have got. That yes, immediately, like in my place again, I have this habit which has been developed right from my childhood. My father was very strict with me right from my childhood. He said that you should thank anybody who has done something good for you. You should thank me, you should thank your mom, everybody who is there, whosoever, including my maid till date. If she has washed your plate, at the moment she is going out of your house, you need to say thank you to her. Like I call my maid as auntie, so definitely yes, I have to tell her thank you, auntie. For what? She also tells me, why are you telling me thank you every day, Didi? Then I have to tell her, reason you are cleaning the things of my house. You have shared some of your time to clean my house. So I'm thanking you for that. So these things are developed, and it differs from culture to culture. In some families, I don't see children thanking their mothers for cooking their favorite food. Now, how does mother feel at that time? My mother, she gets thank you. Okay, mom, thank you. In a very nice manner, I tell her, okay, thanks a lot. And if she does not, then, I have got the complete right to go and tell her, mom, you did not do it in this way. So, the rights, the cultures, the desires, the belief set, it has got a completely a different thing. And if you are someone who is focusing on cultural studies or even the multicultural studies, you will understand the importance of the beliefs and the desires, and how these things are also helping cause that individual's neurons to fire and muscles to contract. These comprise some of the puzzles that have confronted epistemologists and philosophers of mind. Now, when they talk about philosophers of mind, they're talking about ontologists, metaphysicists, reductionists, behaviorists. You can number them from the time of Rene Descartes. So that gives you the importance of the mind-body problem for us. So let us go forward and try to understand what is dualism, and in association to the mind-body problem in my next video. Till then, keep watching. Thanks. Bye.